had had a few questions from some viewers on how to clean the burr grinder on this Breville, it's the BES870XL, I think they call it the Barista Express espresso maker. I was looking in the Breville manual, showed you that earlier here, and they give you just a one page of some little cartoon diagrams on how to clean the grinder, and I haven't actually cleaned mine yet. Haven't really noticed any grinding performance changes, so I thought I would maybe give that a try. So we'll follow through the instructions here. It says first thing to do is empty out any beans in your grinders. You have to unlock at the top, basically run the grinder empty here. There are actually some beans still left inside here. You can see there's still a few beans left inside. You could probably pull those out, or they suggest just running the grinder until it is empty. Okay, that sounds like it finished. So we'll take that out. The next step is you place hopper, lock hopper, run grinder till empty, unlock and remove hopper again. Now you unlock, move the top burr. This just rotates. This is the top burr. And so now you've got the bottom there. I guess that's the bottom burr. So that one's fixed in there. You use the brush, and the brush comes out of the bottom tray if you haven't opened that up here. So just to take this out of the way, you just pull that out, and the brush is usually back in there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. What I found works pretty good is if you use the vacuum. This isn't a really powerful vacuum. If you have one with a really high suction, it might work a little better, but if you run the vacuum in the grinder and then brush to kind of agitate the ground coffee in there, then the vacuum will pull it up, as you kind of brush it around. So I'll show you what that looks like here. So yeah, that does a pretty good job. Just to show you how the difference here real quick. So you can see it's getting pretty clean, and I think the idea is you want to clean in around the grinding teeth. There's sort of the coarser teeth on the top, and then down at the bottom are the finer burrs on the grinder, and that's what meshes then with the upper burrs. So you got to clean out the grooves in these ridges, and then down inside you've got the mating burrs. So I'll work on that a little bit more, and we'll see what it looks like when I finish here. Found actually an old toothbrush I think works pretty good for cleaning this lower burr better, because this is, has to come in straight like that, and it's got fairly long bristles. You can see where the coffee gets stuck in the kind of the bottom of those grooves on the burrs. Brush those out, and then if you get the toothbrush in there, then they're nice and clean all the way to the bottom. Yeah, just to show you here what this is the upper burr, and then you've got these finer grinding teeth on the bottom side. So that's what those look like once you clean them out. Once these grooves fill up with coffee oil and coffee powder, and the oil ground up and mixed in there, it probably diminishes the grinder output. And then I'll show you what the lower burr looks like here in a second. Yeah, so I've got the lower burr pretty well cleaned out. You can see you've got the upper, so you've got these upper teeth that are kind of pull the whole beans down, and then at the bottom you've got those finer teeth that do the actual grinding. So those are the ones you want to get those cleaned out. And this brush seems to work pretty good for that. You can get down in there and then vacuum out the debris as it loosens up. That way you get it out of the way. Yeah, but the only thing left to do here is just brush out the inside of the hopper there, or the chute, I guess they call it. There's no filter or anything, it's just kind of a chute that comes out of the, so that brush goes, about that far up inside. There, it feels pretty clean, so I guess all the coffee just comes down through the grinder, drops from the hopper into the grinder, and then there's just a long plastic chute, it feels like, but it's all nice and clean. And then just keep you can see that that's about the amount of material that came out of there. So just keep a little bowl underneath the grinder outlet, and that'll catch all the chunks of stuff. Okay, so you got to put the upper hopper in, and I think you just kind of rotate that around until it clicks, turns clockwise until it clicks into place, and then you got to drop your hopper in, and it goes down. And the one thing I've noticed, if you look at the machine here, if I try to turn it on and you get this blinking light, flashing power light, what that means is you haven't locked, and there's a little arrow here, lock and unlock. I know when I first got the machine, I turned it that far, and it's like, the hopper's in there. If there's some beans in there, I've found that sometimes you have to go until that snaps, if you heard that. Like there, it feels like it's in, but you want to go until it clicks. And I know when I first got the machine, I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't turn on, and it was just this switch here. So make sure you get that all the way until it clicks. So now it's ready to go. You can fill up some new beans and have another cup of espresso. So hopefully you found that interesting. Be sure to rate, comment, and share. Questions welcome in the comments section below. You can check out some of my other videos. I show how to clean, descale, and just use the machine. And as always, thanks for watching.